Ever done something on your motorcycle and immediately wished nobody saw it? We've all been there. Those little facepalm moments that can make us look more like rookies than road warriors. But here's the truth. Riding isn't just about speed and flash. It's about understanding your machine, the road, and your own abilities. Small oversights, like forgetting to cancel your signal or cutting into a corner too aggressively, might seem harmless at first. But they can affect not only your safety, but also how other riders, and even drivers, perceive you. If you're trying to elevate your game and avoid those head-shaking, "What was that?" moments, stick around. In this video, we'll cover 20 common mistakes that can leave you looking a little foolish, and more importantly, put you at risk. The good news? Once you know what they are, they're surprisingly easy to fix. No need for a lecture or an ego check. We're all here to learn and level up. And before we get rolling, do me a quick favor. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay in the loop with more riding tips, stories, and real-world advice that'll make every journey smoother and safer. All right, let's dive in and ride smarter. Ready? Let's go. Have you ever been stuck behind a rider who's been blinking left for the past mile, even though they turned ages ago? Not a good look, right? On a motorcycle, that small blinking light can really confuse people around you. They might assume you're about to change lanes or turn, which can lead to abrupt reactions and near misses. The fix is simple. Train yourself to flick that switch off immediately after you've completed your maneuver. It's a tiny habit that spares you from looking scattered and keeps traffic flowing smoothly. Modern bikes have turn signals, brake lights, and hazards, but hand signals still matter, especially in group rides or when visibility is poor. Why? Because electronic signals can be missed, especially if someone's in your blind spot or the sun's glaring at just the wrong angle. A simple arm gesture can be seen from a mile away, clarifying your intent to everyone around you. Skipping these signals can come across as laziness or cluelessness. Put in the small effort to learn and use them. Trust me, your group mates and surrounding traffic will thank you. We've all seen the rider blasting down the highway in shorts, flip-flops, and a tank top. Sure, it might feel cool in the heat, but one minor mishap could have you sliding across the asphalt with basically zero protection. Ouch. Proper gear isn't just about looking like a pro racer. It's about respecting the road and acknowledging the risks of riding. Even a simple jacket, durable jeans, a DOT-approved helmet, and gloves can be the difference between walking away from a crash or facing serious injuries. Plus, wearing gear shows you're serious about riding, which earns nods of respect from fellow bikers. There's nothing quite like the rush of leaning into a corner. But if you blaze into turns too quickly or lean beyond your comfort zone, you risk overshooting, crossing into other lanes, or worse, wiping out completely. Experienced riders can spot corner show-offs from a mile away. It's not impressive, it's nerve-wracking. The golden rule of cornering: slow in, smooth out. Judge the turn, ease into it, and accelerate steadily. Mastering corners gradually not only keeps you safer, but also earns you genuine respect from riders who know what real skill looks like. Safety should always be your priority, but there's a difference between being cautious and becoming a rolling roadblock. If you're consistently way below the speed limit in the left lane, you're going to frustrate drivers and potentially trigger unsafe passes. If you're uneasy about higher speeds, that's completely fine. Just move into a middle or right lane. Traffic flow is essential, and hogging the fast lane at a crawl can be as dangerous as speeding. Show that you're aware of the bigger picture by riding at an appropriate pace or picking a safer spot in the lane. On a bike, tailgating can be downright terrifying, and not just for you, but for whoever's up front. Maintaining a 2-second gap, or more, gives you time to react to sudden stops or debris on the road. When you ride someone's bumper, you're basically screaming, "I can't manage my own speed." One unexpected brake light, and you're in serious trouble. A modest following distance also keeps you calmer, lets you spot obstacles early, and shows other riders you're disciplined and safe. Tailgating is a surefire way to look impatient or inexperienced. Distracted driving is bad enough in a car. On a motorcycle, it's even riskier. Checking a text, scrolling for music, or fiddling with GPS mid-ride takes your eyes off the road at the worst possible moments. If you need navigation, invest in a proper mount and set your route before you start rolling. Better yet, use voice commands. Riding demands total focus, scanning the road for hazards, reading traffic patterns, and maintaining balance. Diverting your attention to a screen, even briefly, can lead to a crash that no one wants to be part of. Mirrors are helpful, but they're not magic. Vehicles, especially taller ones like SUVs or trucks, can hide in that sneaky area just off your shoulder. If you merge or change lanes assuming your mirror sees everything, you might sideswipe a car or another rider. A quick glance over your shoulder is all it takes. Making blind spot checks a habit is a hallmark of experienced riders. It shows you're cautious, considerate, and fully aware that motorcycling is as much about predicting others as it is about controlling your own bike. We all love the roar of a good engine. Revving can feel powerful, but doing it excessively at red lights comes off as impatient and attention-seeking. Plus, you'll annoy drivers who might interpret the noise as aggression. Next time you're idling at a stop, give the throttle a break. Use that moment to check your mirrors, ensure your gear is set, and mentally plan your next move. It's a small change that shows you're a rider who's in control, not one who's trying too hard to turn heads. Your clutch is meant for shifting gears smoothly, not half-holding as you creep along in traffic. Riding the clutch too much causes unnecessary wear and can lead to jerky movements that telegraph inexperience. If you're constantly feathering the clutch, practice balancing throttle and clutch engagement in a safe, open area. Working on cleaner starts and stops will not only prolong the life of your clutch, but also give you smoother control. It's a simple fix that instantly boosts your credibility as a competent rider. Panic braking, yanking the front brake lever with all your might, can lock your front wheel and send you flying. Even if your bike has anti-lock brakes, it's better to be progressive. Squeeze gently to shift weight forward, then apply firmer pressure as traction builds. Beyond safety, smooth braking demonstrates composure. Riders who slam the front brake at the first sign of trouble often look panicked and untrained. Invest time in practicing emergency stops in an empty lot. That skill can save your life and keep you looking like a pro in traffic. Bald or cracked tires. That's a disaster waiting to happen. Tires are your only contact with the pavement, and worn tread can destroy your grip, especially in wet conditions. Pushing them beyond their limit increases your stopping distance and makes handling unpredictable. Experienced riders can spot neglected tires in a heartbeat. It shows a lack of respect for your own safety. Do regular checks, note any uneven wear, and replace tires when they're nearing the end of their life. Riding with good rubber is a sign you take your bike and your well-being seriously. A quick once-over before you ride can catch a loose chain, a dead headlight, or underinflated tires. It's a ritual that takes maybe 5 minutes but can prevent hours of hassle on the road. Showing up to a group ride with a preventable issue wastes everyone's time and makes you look unprepared. Seasoned riders check their gear and bike every time. Tires, fluids, chain tension, lights, because they know one small oversight can turn into a big deal. Incorporate that habit, and you'll avoid a world of inconvenience and possible danger. Riding position can make a huge difference in how you handle the bike. Slouching saps your ability to react quickly, while sitting rigidly can hurt your shoulders and arms and make cornering awkward. Instead, find that sweet spot. Relaxed shoulders, elbows slightly bent, knees gently gripping the tank. Keep your head aligned with your spine. This balanced posture improves control, helps you absorb bumps smoothly, and shows other riders you know what you're doing. Plus, you'll feel less fatigued on longer rides, which is always a bonus. When you're new or nervous, it's tempting to keep your feet down until you're fully moving, but hanging your feet off the pegs for half a block looks shaky and can trip you up if you hit a bump or pothole. The trick is to plant your feet on the pegs as soon as the bike's rolling steadily. This not only gives you better control, but also makes you look more confident. Practice starts and stops in a low-traffic area until it feels like second nature. Riding in a pack can be an absolute blast if everyone's on the same page. Weaving all over the lane, tailgating your buddy, or yo-yoing speeds can turn a fun ride into a chaotic mess. A consistent staggered formation, clear hand signals, and steady pacing are the backbone of safe group rides. If you're new, just say so. Most experienced riders will gladly show you the ropes. Pretending to know it all while cutting people off is a quick way to lose respect. Embrace teamwork out there and watch how smoothly the whole squad flows down the road. High beams are perfect for poorly lit roads and spotting wildlife at night. but blasting them in city traffic or on the highway during the day can blind drivers, causing them to misjudge distance. If you're in a queue at a red light and your high beams are reflecting off the car in front of you, you're guaranteed some annoyed looks. Try low beams for normal traffic, or add reflective gear if you want extra visibility. A little consideration goes a long way toward showing you understand road etiquette. It's easy to feel your blood boil when someone cuts you off, but chasing them, honking incessantly, or yelling, that can escalate into a really bad situation, fast. Remember, you're on two wheels, vulnerable in ways cars aren't. Keeping your cool isn't just about looking mature, it's about staying safe. If you need a moment, slow down or pull over. Taking a deep breath, counting to 10. Whatever you do, don't let anger override common sense. Riders who can handle adversity gracefully are the ones people trust and respect. I just blasted down the freeway at 140 and split lanes like a boss. That might impress a few thrill seekers, but seasoned riders will roll their eyes. High-speed stunts and weaving through traffic without caution can end in tragedy. For you, or worse, someone else. Talking up these exploits also encourages younger or less experienced riders to imitate you. Real riding respect isn't about how close you came to crashing, it's about skillful control and level-headed decisions. Share those stories instead, and you'll build authentic credibility in the riding community. The final, and maybe most critical mistake is not knowing your limits. It's tempting to keep pace with the fastest rider in your crew, or try a stunt you saw online. But going beyond what you can handle is a recipe for injury, or worse. Riders who respect their current skill level steadily improve without risking everything. There's no shame in saying, "I'm not ready for that yet." In fact, that humility is what keeps you learning, growing, and ultimately staying safe. Ride at your own pace, and you'll build confidence naturally. And there it is, 20 riding mistakes that can leave even the coolest biker looking a bit foolish. But if you recognized yourself in any of these, don't stress. We've all made missteps on two wheels. It's part of the learning curve. The real question is, what are you going to do about it? Start by picking just one or two habits you know you need to fix, whether it's remembering to cancel your turn signal, positioning your body better in corners, or resisting that urge to flick on the high beams at every red light. Small improvements can lead to big gains in your overall riding game. Stay aware, stay curious, and keep honing your technique. Trust me, other riders do notice the difference when someone rides with skill and courtesy. If you found even one tip here that'll make a positive difference, that's already a win. Thanks for hanging out. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more real-world tips, riding stories, and gear advice that'll help you keep the rubber side down. Until next time, ride safe, ride smart, and I'll catch you in the next one.